Yeah, have you watched the old UFC 1, 2, and 3?
Like I said, I doubled down. Like, dude, Ben
Think
Askren
about it. Okay.
is the worst striker in MMA history.
Well, I got a question for you. Horace Gracie and Ben Askren in a boxing match. Who you got?
Horace Gracie
Tell me
today.
why.
Dude, Ben Askren. Horace Gracie, you know what? Horace Gracie is the same thing. We haven't seen Horace Gracie's striking. We've seen Ben Askren striking. Like, Jake Paul has shown us Ben Askren striking. Horace Gracie is a question mark. Maybe he's the greatest striker of all time, but he never used it, so I don't know. Like, same thing with Dan Severn. Dan Severn didn't throw a punch. Like, who knows? Maybe he would have been a good
Yes,
striker. But
yes.
Ben
And,
Askren
and
is notoriously a bad striker.
and Ben Askren in that same boat too. It's just that we've seen his striking in boxing. And here's the thing too. Also, here's the thing too. Ben Askren is fighting better fighters than Horace Gracie, than Dan Severn.
Way better. It's funny. We haven't seen the talent from 2006 to 2008. The talent, everything before 2006, you almost have to not wipe from the history books, but like revisit because the talent just jumped. Like it was like a noticeable like jump. It went from guys looking like dad bods to like ripped freaking athletes.
Yes, yes. If you take Ben Askren right now and bring him to UFC 1, 2, 3, 4, Ben Askren would be one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah, true. I agree. I 100% agree with that statement.
Yeah, the thing.
He's one of the greatest fighters or MMA artists now, like he was.
Yes,
like, given
yes.
like 5 years ago, he was like the best. So
yes, because the thing about it is, back in the day.
Not to interrupt, I'm sorry to interrupt, but remember I told you this is how I explained Ben Askren's fighting style. It's like fighting water. Like he literally, it's like you're trying to grab onto water and then the water just disintegrates and goes on your back and then starts like you're like, what the? How can I like get this off?
Yes, I'm the way I described him was, it's like wrestling quicksand. The more you move, the worse it is for you.
Exactly.
The more you move, you're getting deeper.
It's weird. He combined like wrestling and jujitsu, like the fundamentals of both, to like form this weird, different style, like funky. It's a funky style.
It was crazy. So okay. I don't know how we got to this striking part, but Ben Askren.
So
wrestling base. We were talking about the wrestling base.
That's wrestling. So let's go over to Let's talk about Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy. Hey, this is an open invitation. Valentina, she's a legend, dude. Like I'm so like she's literally one of my favorite MMA fighters of all time. Just like she's just has it all, dude. She has like I don't see anyone. The only female fighter that could beat her right now is Amanda Nunes. No one's gonna beat her like until she's done.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes and maybe Cyborg. But here's the thing.
Cyborg's not even fighting in the UFC, and she's never going to. So
no. But when you just talk about fighters, period, all the time, I had to go over others.
She's top three. I would say Mount Rushmore is definitely Amanda Nunes, Cyborg, and Valentina, and
Thug Rose.
Yeah, I would put Rose up there, and I also put Joanna.
Joanna for sure. With Valentina, right? She has to be the most coordinated fighter I've ever seen. Like she literally can do anything.
It's the dancing.
Not only can she do everything. There's nothing she do that looks ugly off of wow. That says a lot for women fighting because their coordination, is a little off sometimes, and their body can't do the things that she literally can do anything in the octagon, and she literally can exploit. Like she'll exploit these women because these women are limited, and they don't have the skill set, and they don't have the athletic ability and the movement to do anything with her.
God bless Lauren Murphy. She was a punching bag that came in. She got a paycheck. Good for her. But I've never been more sure of a fight prediction ever in my life. Like Valentina was gonna win that fight. I should have put my life savings because I knew she was gonna win. Like she was like,
I was wrong on my fight prediction.
You said who'd you say was gonna win?
Lauren Murphy TKO.
Yeah, that was TKO. I mean, you were joking, obviously, but that was literally the worst prediction in the history of predictions. So, talk about Nostra dumbass. That was like a Nostra fucking Nostra go kill yourself. Like
Here's what's funny about that was when I was listening to Lauren Murphy talk her junk like they all do before the fight, she said, I'm more athletic, I'm stronger. That's what she said. She said, I'm more athletic, I'm stronger, and I'm going to make her uncomfortable.
I know, but Colby Covington, what did Colby Covington say? Like, it's the Donald Trump. Like, if you say something maybe enough, then it becomes true. Like, hey, I'm the strongest person in the world. I'm the best person in the world. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, yeah. Valentina's the best.
Yeah,
and then
so
we got,
too much.
Let's talk. This is going to take a while because we have so many. Again, the web is so big with this. But Nick Diaz, Robbie Lawler with the third round. KO or TKO. How do you feel about the fight? How do you feel about Nick's return back after? I've heard different things. 5, 6, 7 years.
Okay, okay. I was really looking forward to this fight because I'm a huge Diaz fan. I'm not too much of a.
It's quick story. So this fight card, I was psyched. I was so excited. I talked to Chris. I usually watch it on my phone, but like, I was watching on the like prelims on my phone, and I was gonna go downstairs and watch it on the big screen. I was laying in bed. I saw the last fight I remember is the Dawkins fight. I remember watching the Dawkins fight, and he was a KO. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great card. I'm so excited. I just fell asleep. It was like I don't know how. I don't remember anything. It's like someone came and just knocked me out. I was like, and I woke up at like 2 or 3 a.m. Which thankfully the fight. I mean, it just ended the fight card, so I was like, oh shit. So I quickly replayed it. Like I watched it real quick, but it was, dude. That was so weird. I don't know why I fell asleep, but sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was really looking forward to it because I'm a huge DS fan. I was really looking forward to how he's gonna be after his long layoff and the rematch, 17 years in the making. 17. So I was looking forward to it. I was kind of worried a little bit with the 185 weight change, but okay, they pushed it through. So when the fight started, Lawler came out guns a-blazing.
Yep.
It took Diaz maybe a minute and a half to get back in a groove and get his timing. And then once he was able to, it was a back and forth.
He didn't look that bad. That first round, he did not. In the second round, he looked better. He was actually starting to find shots.
Yes, it was a kidney kick from a liver kick, whatever you want to call it, that Robbie Lawler hit him with. It rocked him. He went backwards, I can tell, but he pushed through. And the thing about the fight was, I think they set a record for like strikes combined in like a 3-round. It was literally
nonstop.
Diaz looked impressive. He ended up breaking his nose in the third. He took once Robbie hit him, he took a step back and he didn't want to continue anymore. It was a bad ending to how they fight I look forward to, but Diaz didn't look bad. He didn't embarrass himself out there. Now he was obvious.
So he didn't embarrass himself, of course. I mean, he made the walk. That's more balls than 99% of the population. So he fought in a cage. But like I said, the first round, okay. Second, he was looking not too bad, but the third round, you could tell, dude, he wasn't in shape. Like he gave up. Like you can say what you want, but he literally gave up. Like say that he broke his nose, say whatever you want. Like, and Robbie said it perfectly. It was just accumulation. Robbie was just hammering him. If you hit a nail enough, you can miss a few times, but if you hit it enough, it's gonna go in the wood. Like you can just swing, and Robbie was just swinging, and he fucking hit the nail. Like
that
was all she wrote.
Yeah, I think too one of the main reasons that he was more tired than normal too is because he's normally in great shape, but I was kind of worried with the 185 with him being always doing triathlons, all these other things. So I knew something was wrong. But the problem, what made him tired was he is always the guy going forward. He literally was backing up the whole fight. Robbie Lawler had the perfect strategy where pressure, and back against the cage. And that's something Diaz is not used to. And like after that first round, you seen Diaz go, and you know he was tired. But he still
Diaz never, I don't think in the history in his fighting, he has never taken a step back ever. I've never seen him take a step back. All he was doing was taking steps back in this fight. He was cha-chaing backwards, like.
And that's exhausting, especially when it's out of your comfort zone. It's like this. It's like when someone that can't wrestle, when someone starts wrestling with them, they get tired because it's out of their comfort zone.
Yep.
That's what. And Diaz, it was accumulation. The moment when he broke his nose, he said, "Enough is enough. I'm done."
Yeah. So what do you we'll do post fight matchmaking after, but I mean, we'll talk about what you feel. What do you want? I'll ask now. What do you want Nick Diaz? What in the perfect world? What should Nick Diaz do next?
Oh, he's gonna fight again at 170.
170? Okay.
Yeah,
who's he gonna fight?
He's gonna fight again at 170.
Who should he fight?
Oh, there's several options out there.
So they're saying they're throwing around Mike Perry. I think that would be a great fight for him.
Mike Perry would be a good fight. Well, I was gonna say Jorge, but Jorge is fighting Leon Edwards now finally. Did you see that?
Oh my God. Do you know, hey, do you want to know a quick MMA fact? Audience out there, anyone listening? Quick MMA fact. Jorge Masvidal and Leon Edwards both share some of the fastest knockouts in the UFC. Of course, you have that Ben Askren knockout with Jorge Masvidal, but Leon Edwards has an 8-second knockout in the UFC on his record. So that's just a little, I mean, that's not boring. I'm just saying to Leon, do that.
No. So now they're finally fighting. So I was going to say Jorge Masvidal, but then again, it can still work because I think Diaz got a suspension because of his nose. So it can come back. Now, Jorge Masvidal versus Nick Diaz at 170? Ooh, that would be a fight I want to see. Yes.
EMF2?
That would be a fight I'll be looking forward to see.
And Nate corners him? That'd be big.
He'd be like, get that motherfucker!
We got Curtis Blades.
Hold on. What's your thoughts?
Honestly, I don't have. You mean matchmaking thoughts or like thoughts on the fight?
Thoughts on the fight, in general.
I'm not. What we thought was gonna happen happened. Like it was one of those when you don't fight for 7 years, he needed the rounds. Conor McGregor said it famously too. Like I need the rounds. Like if I don't fight, I don't have the rounds. You can spar all you want, but there's nothing like live fighting. Like going 100% from start to finish, wanting to hurt the other person. Like that's different. It's a different mindset. And Robbie Lawler has that mindset. I don't think Diaz has that mindset anymore.
Well, I strongly believe whatever reason he couldn't make 170, I think that fight at 170, Nick would have beat him. Because think about it.
Maybe.
Nick.
All I say is
here's a fact about it. Nick away from 6 years, 180 out of shape, still was competitive with him.
But again,
that's not a debate.
You got to look at 7 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 7 years ago. Like you're not the same person. Nick's not the same person he was 7 years ago. Like mentally, physically, like. But the thing is, he's never going to be the same person he was 7 years ago.
I want to say 70. I said 170.
Oh, 170? Oh.
I was saying 170. That's why I mentioned Nick out for so long and out of shape was still competitive with Robbie Lawler.
So like an in shape Nick Diaz?
Yes.
I know it was 6 weeks out, and that's really quick, but an in shape Nick Diaz, he should have been in shape. That's my thing about this. Like.
Yeah, and there's always a reason. And like that's why I was thinking because even with him being out.
And dude, Lawler, he's 38 years old.
Yeah.
Let's not sugarcoat that.
But with no activity. So that's 6 years break.
38 years old, smoking weed all the time, no activity. What's gonna happen?
So like my thing is, let's say 38, no activity, smoking weed. He was still competitive in that fight and arguably won a round or so.
He was competitive the second round, so he was competitive out of the 3 rounds, 1 fight. But again, still, he got finished. Like it's not like it. And it was like one of those weird finishes.
I'm not gonna act like Robbie Lawler destroyed Nick Diaz.
Fair, he didn't destroy.
That would be asinine. That'd be asinine.
Dana White said that too. Dana thought he was going to steamroll him. I kind of thought that too. Robbie was going to steamroll him. But again, Robbie Lawler kind of slow played it. So it's not like he came out guns a-blazing. Like.
Yes. So
he was very smart.
I think Nick Diaz, he's going to fight again at 170.
Give him another fight. I say give him Mike Perry, and then we'll really see the Nick Diaz. If he can come back and fight Mike Perry, great. But if Mike Perry comes back and beats the shit out of Nick Diaz, literally retire and never look back. You're done.
Mike Perry would be the perfect guy for Nick to fight.
Yeah, it's great. It's a win-win in every case. If Nick wins, great. Keep it going. If you want to fight, that's cool. If Mike wins, dude, you need that. Mike is on a weird. Mike's another one that's emotionally, I think, unstable. Like we're going to talk about John
Very,
Jones. It's weird,
very.
emotionally unstable. So he needs a win. But if Nick loses, that's kind of a win too, because that proves that's like, okay, I can't beat Mike Perry, dude. I'm done. Like,
Yeah,
and if
yeah,
Mike Perry loses, who cares? You're Mike Perry. Like you're gonna fight again.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's a fan favorite. Mike Perry's gonna always have a career.
so next we have Rosenstrike versus Blades. Blades with the round 3 decision. I mean, there's not much to say about this fight except,
Yeah,
hey, Blades did it. He got the job done, and look to the next
yeah.
one.
Use his wrestling. He did. He played it smart. He got hit a couple of times. He's like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna start wrestling." And
Exactly.
Rostock had no answer for it.
You know what never ceases to amaze me? How many wrestlers are like, Curtis is like, dude, I'm amazing at wrestling. I'm gonna use it. The Justin Gaethjes, the who else? There's tons of wrestlers turned strikers that don't go to their wrestling ever. Like it's so weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we got Andrade. So your girl Andrade versus Calveo. Again, she's just a genetic freak. Like she's an Amazonian warrior princess. So
She literally steamrolled and the pressure outweighed Calvillo. Also, athleticism and
yep,
physicality.
and strength.
Calvillo she didn't have any answer for it. She didn't have any answer for it at all.
No, she just steamrolled her. So okay, let's do some matchmaking. Put your Joe Silva. Wait, is Joe Silva? He's not even a matchmaker anymore. Who's the matchmaker? Sean Shelby. Put your Sean Shelby hat on, okay? Okay. You just switch hats. We got Volkanovski Ortega. Who would you matchmake for Volkanovski? Who would you matchmake for Ortega?
Okay. Volkanovski, I already said him. I want him to fight here in Cejudo. Especially since they just booked Max Holloway and Yair Rodriguez finally. Hopefully that goes through. So Volkanovski said he wanted to fight again one time this year, if it's possible.
December. Looking
or
like
December.
It.
And Cejudo would be the perfect guy because you don't have anything going on.
Mm-hmm.
And people will watch that. Yeah.
So the only thing about that is, do you think that's like based in reality? Do you think Cejudo, because Cejudo technically retired, right?
Yeah.
So he's done fighting, right? Like, isn't that what retirement means?
No.
No.
Cejudo took his ball and left because he couldn't get the money he wanted, and he felt, I'm gonna retire, and y'all gonna miss.
But he wouldn't get the money with Volkanovski. That's like literally no one would watch that card. I'm sorry, Volkanovski versus Cejudo. No one's gonna be like, I gotta watch that. Like,
Cejudo really wanted, because he wanted the opportunity to do something no one else done.
Which is great. That's the only reason I say Cejudo do it. You don't do it for the money. Like literally, let them pay you 500 for this fight. Who cares?
Yes.
Get pay-per-view money, because this is cement in history. You as the greatest martial artist of all time. That's what people dream about. Like,
yes. Brian Ortega. Let's see, who would I match him up with? First of all,
that's a tough. That's a tough. All the top ones he's fought and lost to, so it's like you can't do Max Holloway, of course. You can't do Volkanovski.
Hold on. Match him up with the loser of the Max Holloway Yair Rodriguez fight.
Only if it's Yair. If Max loses, I don't want to see Max Ortega. Like, I know what's gonna happen on that one. Like,
but isn't this a new and improved T-City? Did you see the Korean zombie fight?
Isn't it P-City?
Oh yeah, P-City. Oh, Puff Daddy. Puff Face. So this is I want to. So Max, so Brian Ortega, I want to really see if you really improved. If the loser is Max Holloway, fight Max Holloway, we're gonna see.
So I agree with your Cejudo. I would love to see Volkanovski Cejudo. I don't think that's gonna work. But at 145, anyone like Volkanov at this point, Volkanovski doesn't have a big enough name that you could put him up against any top 5. Just put him up against 3, 4, or 5. Whoever's, I don't even know the rankings. Let's go back. Volkanovski's gonna make the 145 go back to number 1 contender gets the fight. Oh, that's how it should be. Like
what is it? Peter Yan, T.J. Dillashaw, Aljo, Corey Sandhagen.
All 135ers. You see 135 starting to get pretty good too, because their number 1 contender should fight the champion. That's just how it is.
We talking about Volkanovski, right?
Volkanovski.
145. Okay. So
what's interesting about 145, like 145, I would say Volkanovski would tend to go up if he wanted to go to 155 because he's so big. Like I know he's under height, but he's very big. I mean, he was 250 going around 260 or something, like when he was.
I remember him saying that.
Yeah. So I mean.
Oh, okay. I was listening to St. Henry Cejudo, right? He was trying to justify him fighting 145. He said, I'm literally 166 right now, walking around at 166. He said that Volkanovski is 2 inches taller.
No one thinks about that, though. Like, all these fighters they might fight 155. They're walking around 180, 190. They might fight 125. They're walking around 160, 170. Like,
easy. So, you're right. So, who would you match Brian Ortega up with then?
Ortega, I would say you're right. The loser of Yair versus Holloway. Hopefully, I think Max is going to win that fight. So yes, Yair would be a great fight for him. Two young up and comers. First of all, the styles make fights. That'd be just fireworks. Because Ortega usually comes from behind, and Yair does amazing one-hit knockouts. So, but yeah, so that's what I'll say about that one. Who would you say against so Valentina versus Murphy matchmaking? I'll start with this one only because it's that, like, anyone or like literally Valentina, pick who you want to fight, just fight her. Like you do number one contender. I wouldn't even do the Amanda Nunes fight yet. There's no reason to. So
no, and plus two, there's no reason to also, and although that'd be a super fight, but Shevchenko is now 0-2 with Amanda.
Yep. And if she loses again, she'd be 0-3, and that just kind of like closes the door on that. So no, save that. Save that for when Amanda and Valentina are older, like at the end of their prime, and then that's their like grunge match, like so to speak.
Yeah.
And then Murphy, who cares?
I was about to say I don't care enough.
Yeah,
I was about to say I don't care enough.
And like I know that sounds bad and mean, but who cares? Nick Diaz, Robbie Lawler, we kind of touched on it. Nick Diaz, I would say Mike Perry. Mike Perry would be a great fight, and then Robbie Lawler, anyone top, maybe even you know what you want to do. You know how they do this in WWE, go home match or retire match. Yeah. It should be Robbie Lawler versus Thompson, loser retires match.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I think Robbie Lawler should be out the door. I think he was out the door. I think he just came back for the nostalgia and the money, because Robbie Lawler is done. Like I said before earlier, out of shape guy that was out for 6 years was competitive with you, Robbie Lawler.
But let's be honest, that out of shape guy's name is Nick Diaz. So I mean,
hey, listen, I was trying to tell you that earlier.
Yeah, I'd rather fight anyone, any other human that's not a UFC fighter than an out of shape Nick Diaz.
So my thing is, what other fight he's gonna be competitive with in that division?
No one.
Like who
like, let's go through it. You got the Nigerian Nightmare. You got Colby Covington. You got Jorge Masvidal. You got the Silent Assassin. You got. Dude, it's literally a murder's row. Like, you're not gonna beat any of those guys. And then you have people like Sean Strickland's 185, but you have like teeters like what's his name? The gorilla, the white gorilla, what's his name? Darren Till.
Darren Till.
Yeah, so
and Robbie Lawler
maybe put him against like Donald Cerrone. Maybe that's a good fight. I don't know.
And they already fought before it. Right? They already fought before it. And listen, Robbie Lawler is the guy that got beat by Ben Askren.
Yeah. So first of all, that was the weirdest fight ever. That was.
We was in Cali watching that fight. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I think Robbie Lawler should just hang it up.
Yeah, I think it's time too, and I don't say that lightly. Curtis Blades, Rosenstrike. Blades. Woo! Yeah, I know. Blades has some options.
He got 3 options.
So he could fight, and that's a lot. Let's be honest. 3 options is a lot of options. Like that's so Stipe, you got. I would choose Stipe personally. I think that's a great fight for both of them. Stipe wins that fight. He's right in the mix. He's back to title contention. Easy, one fight. If what's his name? Blades wins, he's in title contention. So it works for both of them. And if they lose the fight, who cares? Like, they're heavyweights. Yes. They can fight another guy. So, but Rosenstrike, that's a little bit more complicated. Give him someone sub 10, like below 10. So I know what's his name.
Let's go over the 3 options of Blades. He got Stipe, John Jones, and the winner of the Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou fight.
Yep. And out of those 3, give him Stipe.
I like those. I like those. Only problem is Stipe is a spoiled brat. That's a problem. Listen, Stipe. Okay.
Title now.
And that's what he did to Daniel Cormier. He put his foot down and waited until Cormier was fighting. Like, I want to fight him now. I'm not going to do him.
He gets to fight Brock Lesnar. I'm the real champion. I want my money, Dana. I'm a fireman.
Yes, and he got it, and that's what he's doing with Ngannou. He put his foot down. I want a championship for nothing. I'm not going to fight.
Championship for nothing, Daddy Dana. Papa, I want the championship.
Let me tell you how spoiled and entitled he is. He's so spoiled and entitled. I found out about a month ago that he wanted it so bad, this clown got a podcast. And who wanted to hear Steve A talk?
I'm going to make a podcast saying how much I deserve a championship.
This guy don't even... This guy hates talking.
Literally,
he got a
podcast every single day. He just goes on the mic and repeats, "I deserve a championship." Like
that's it. So he's out the window. So John said he won a championship. So
John's gone. Dude, I'm not.
Okay.
In my matchmaking, he's not. He doesn't exist in MMA anymore. Will he probably get another fight? Yes. Who cares? I'm done with John Jones. He's dead to me.
I agree. So
John Jones is dead. And then finally, we can touch on this real quick. Andrade versus Calvillo. Andrade, give her the winner. Give her the winner of or the loser of Rose and what's her name? Wang.
Oh, why exactly?
Yeah, Zhang Li. Like, just give her the loser. Like, she could actually do the winner, maybe. Who cares? Like, that's like 125 is like rotational. Like, they're just like rotating each other. And then like 115, like, it's funny, the women's divisions are weird. 145 is kind of non-existent because women aren't that big, and it's Amanda Nunes just dominates. 135 is like again, Valentina's just Valentina's dominating 125, and Amanda Nunes is 135 and 145. So 125 is the only division that has, like, you know, you got Joanna, you got Rose, you got Andrade,
and what's even funnier, 155 you got Kayla Harrison, and 250 and up you got Gabby Garcia.
Hear about that? She was in a jiu-jitsu tournament, she lost, so huge upset.
And I've seen pictures of her lately. She gets to slim down a lot.
Yeah, she's starting to feminize, as they say.
Is she doable?
COVID has taught, like, I've been alone a lot of COVID, so it's like, it used to be a 1 to 10 system. Now it's a 1 and 0. It's not even like a 1 and 0. It's like it's a 1, like, usually, and it has to be a reason to make it a 0. Like,
yes.
Like,
so I'll take that as a yes.
It's not a no. I'll leave it at that. It's not a no. I'm not saying it's a yes, but it's not a no.
Hey, I concur that.
Yeah. So, hey, and you're like me, brother. The older you get, the more you look. This world we live in, dude, you make your reality, and you can make that reality. Like,
it's about being happy, not picky.
Exactly. Be content. Buddhism. Just meet in the middle. I don't need a Amazonian princess god queen, and I don't want like a homeless, disgusting person, but I'll meet in the middle. I'll meet you right in the middle.
And in the dark, they can be Halle Berry in your mind.
Very true. Use your imagination. Okay, brother. UFC 266 is at the box. UFC 266.
Hold up. Aren't we going to talk about when the intro what happened with your boy John Jones?
Brother, that's the next. That's actually that we're getting on to that. That's soon. You're jumping the gun, my sir.
No, since we did bring up John Jones.
We got Tyrone Woodley tattoo. Tyrone Woodley got a tattoo over the weekend. It said "I love Jake Paul," and it's this. It's on this finger right there. That finger. How do you feel about it?
Okay, it may be a little too late. Oh, definitely a little too late.
Yeah.
Tyrone waited. He should have got that immediately, and what he should have did was, not only should he got it immediately, he should have got it by that tattoo girl on camera in front of everyone. That way, Jake Paul would have had no choice because they had a deal. Jake Paul would have had no fucking choice. But Tyrone really waited. It's been like 3-4 weeks, right? Yeah,
it's been a while since the fight.
And so many people want to fight Jake Paul because Jake Paul is a cash cow. I think Tyron's window has closed because he waited. He tried to change the narrative. He fucked up. So I think that his window's closed. Now he's gonna walk around with that tattoo for no reason. And the ultimate chess and troll move for Jake Paul to do is to not fight him at all.
Yep. So Jake Paul put up something similar to this. Can you see that? It's backwards.
I love you too, Tyron.
Yeah. So that was Jake is the ultimate troll. Made a grown man get "I love you, Jake Paul" on his body, and then literally puts up a sign that says "I love you too. I'm not giving you fucking the rematch." Like
he did that?
No. He said "I love you too, Tyron," but he's saying "I'm not giving you the rematch." Like,
hey, now I want you to go over. I got something on my phone that I'm holding on the side, but I want you to go over. Can you pull up the back and forth with Dan Hardy about this tattoo and Tyron Woodley?
Sure. You mean the Twitter back and forth?
Yes. This is comedic gold because while he's doing that, Dan Hardy, we spoke about on one of our last podcasts what Dan Hardy said about Tyron, how it's embarrassing, how he did what he normally did. And he went in on Tyron.
Let's do a role play. I'll be, who do you want to be, Tyron Woodley or Dan Hardy?
Well, I don't know the words in detail, so I'll let you display your acting abilities.
Okay, you want me to be both?
Yeah, show me your inner multi-personality disorder.
Here we go. Okay. Scene. Okay, the scene we have Hardy and Woodley. They're both at the computer, okay? They're both taking a shit. They're both taking a shit, and this is their Twitter beef back and forth, okay? It starts with Hardy. I don't have a good English accent, though, but anyone who has a tattoo knows that's not a tattoo. What a dork. It looks like a tattoo your friend did when you were both drunk. An embarrassing tattoo is one thing, but a bad embarrassing tattoo is a whole other. And then Woodley. Yo. Your UFC career is embarrassing. Your claim to fame is you got stomped by GSP and didn't die. Everything was by design. How keep setting trends while you tweet? Mic drop. Hardy responds, "You're trending because you've got Jake Paul tattooed on your finger. Well done. Congratulations on your championship success. I remember the crowd's booing in appreciation as you wore your heel out against the fence, backing up and avoiding the fight." And then Woodley, belt and titles? Things you dreamed of? They cheered as you were carried out on a stretcher. Champs now were in diapers last time you fought. Keep living your dream on the bag and your garbage. From outlaw to uber black driver. Hardy retorts, it's the last. "We're the same age, you fool." It's just, what, you fool? It's just that I was competing in the UFC a bit earlier, during the reign of the greatest welterweight champion of all time. You came after. I would say they're both trying to get clout.
Of course. Dan Hardy wants to fight Tyron Woodley. He want to either box him or fight him. He's trying to set it up, and he's trying to gain traction. That's his chess move. My thing is, who won that battle? Tyron won that battle, but Dan Hardy.
Who says you fool? Why would Dan Hardy be like, you fool?
And listen, don't get it wrong. Dan Hardy has some zingers, but what Dan Hardy said was, we already heard it before. Tyron's back against the cage. Don't strike. That's what we know. But Tyron has some zingers by saying.
Can I be really honest? So the reason Dan Hardy wins isn't because of anything Dan Hardy even said. It's because what Tyron Woodley does. And what Tyron Woodley does in the cage is put his back foot to the wall and stays there. Doesn't.
Yes.
So what? I'm sorry. Hardy's right.
Okay. Okay. Tyron's right too. Hardy is famous for not submitting in GSP like that fight.
Yes,
what else is?
But
that
we're
happened.
Talking about time. Time plays a role in this. Hardy. When did Hardy fight GSP? One of the greatest. Like, really.
Okay. I think activity plays a role. I think activity.
But what have you done for me lately is the thing. And Woodley lately That's what he does. Hardy's not like Hardy's like I haven't fought in like 15 years. I'm a commentator. That's what I do. Like I'm not a fighter now. So
and that's the point.
Yeah. So
Hardy haven't done nothing for us lately.
I would love actually now that this has happened. Let's do it. Let's have them fight in boxing.
And off of as everything that you said, oh, this is what you've done for me lately. What has Hardy done for me lately? Hardy is clout chasing. Hardy is clout chasing.
Hardy's 100% clout chasing, but he might catch it. So he's right though. Anyone who has a tattoo knows that's not a tattoo. What a dork! It looks like a tattoo your friend did when we were both drunk. It's true. It is an embarrassing tattoo. I was talking to you about it. That tattoo, I've never seen a hand tattoo.
That's true. That's true.
And then Woodley retorts though. That's the thing. He attacks his character. Hardy's just saying, dude, that tattoo sucks, dude. It really does.
But you also got to take in everything. You got Hardy attacked his character before that though.
What?
You also got to take in everything. Hardy attacked Tyron first twice.
True. True. Yeah, but then
he also mentioned how
this one thing, like they both lose. No one wins in this. Like I'm being honestly, like they both sound stupid. They both sound like clout chasers. Hardy is coming after Woodley. Hardy's a clout chaser now. Like Hardy has this weird anger issue that he needs to like attack people now. So
the only reason Hardy wins is because people are talking about Hardy now.
So right, you are so right, bro. Like I'm telling you, there's no. If people are talking about you, it doesn't matter if it's bad, good, or anything. They're talking about you. Like you're obviously in their mind. Like.
Yes, and Hardy sees an easy boxing. Hardy wants to fight when he said it. Hardy wants to either box.
Triller, Triller, make the fight. Triller, make this fight. It's easy. This is just money signs. You guys pay them both $1 million. Done.
Now, I think the problem is Hardy's heart condition.
He does have a wolf heart.
So. That is probably the reason why he hasn't fought since. So it makes cleared though. He said he's been cleared, but I haven't seen no fights or anything. He said
I would, and with that, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see with that. I mean, if it's a medical thing, I don't want to put his life in jeopardy or like,
me neither.
Make his life a little shorter because of it. But I mean, if they clear him and he wants to box, make it an exhibition. Put some freaking headgear on. Who cares? Like,
yeah. So I think the tattoo is stupid, and I think it's like.
Yep, I think they both lose, to be really honest. I think Hardy loses, and I think Woodley loses. So the tattoo sucks. Hardy, Woodley wasn't saying anything incorrect. He was talking facts, and then Hardy was talking facts. Like
yes, I agree. So
let's go to my favorite story of the week. So everyone's favorite wild child, problem child. I should have, if I could do really good thumb art, I'd put a picture of Dennis the Menace and put John Jones's face on Dennis the Menace or the problem child, and just be like, that should be the thumbnail. Like, John Jones is in the news again. Oh, for good stuff. No, not good stuff. John Jones arrested for domestic violence, domestic battery. John Jones was arrested earlier Friday morning. This is reported by Mark Ramundi. John Jones was arrested early Friday morning by the Las Vegas Metro PD, a police spokesperson told ESPN. Jones is being charged with the battery, domestic violence, and injuring and tampering with a vehicle. More info coming to ESPN, and that was reported September 24th, 2021, or September 29th. So John Jones has released a statement. I'm not going to read it because he's a piece of shit. So, but what do you feel? I mean, I'll be really honest, dude. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done with John Jones.
Okay, two things. John Jones is in Vegas. I think we talked about last podcast because he was inducted in the Hall of Fame for having a Hall of Fame match with Alexander Gustafsson number one, which you and I was there during that fight. We was at B-Dubs. So he was there, and then we also mentioned in the last podcast about certain things that he said. Like one of the key things he said was when he goes up to the heavyweight division, he's going to be more. He's going to talk more, be more entertaining, more controversial, but legally. He cracked a joke about that. Then later on, not less than 12 hours, less than 7-8 hours later, that morning, his fiance and his child was walking. I think they walked up to security. They was going to see something, and she had blood around her lip, and on her shirt. And so they questioned her about what's going on. And the little kid, John Jones' daughter actually said, I think we need to talk to security about what happened.
That almost makes me want to cry, dude. His daughter saw that.
Yes. So that was marks on the lips. So then authority came and they arrested John Jones. He fought security a little bit. And
I heard he headbutted security.
Okay. He fought I think police. I'm sorry. He fought the police. And then after that, they handcuffed him. And he even told one of the policemen, I can take you. But also, I don't know if this happened before, during, or afterwards. He headbutted the cop car. So that's when the assault comes, and that's when the tampering and messing with the vehicle came. He headbutted the cop car.
This is all around just a disgusting, horrible case. There's no excuse. This shouldn't have happened. He's done. In my eyes, like I was done when he hit that pregnant woman and ran. That showed his true character. It's fine if you hit someone or you do something bad, whatever, dude. Just hey, shit happens. But he ran like a pussy. Yeah. Like what? Like
well, even worse. He ran and he came back to get his cash and his drugs. Then he went back and left. So he ran away twice.
Worse.
He ran away. He ran away twice. But
again, I'm not gonna call John Jones from now on, and I hope this trends or whatever. He is now not John Bones Jones. His name is Jonathan. From now on, we refer to him as Jonathan. And Jonathan, you suck. Get out of the MMA. Get your life together. I hope your mom talks to you. I hope your mom spanks your ass. That's what I really like. You ever have that kid that you're just like, I hope your mom spanks the fucking shit out of you. Right.
Well, okay, several things. So before we get deeper into this, he put out a post of him benching weight, and what he
Jonathan?
said. John, yeah, he did.
Jonathan. Okay.
Call him JJ. So here's what JJ said. I have way too much trauma to consume alcohol. My brain simply can't handle it anymore. I will leave alcohol in my past forever. Then he also put, turn this nightmare into the best thing to ever happen in my life. He also
How many times has he said that? Like, oh my God.
He also put, there's more. He also put, he's pumping this altar, you got a friend in me. He also said, now it's a time to work harder than ever. He said, when the devil means for bad, good means for good. Okay. Here's my take on it.
I'm going to quote one of the greatest jobbers or heels of all time. Jonathan, you absolutely suck.
Okay. Here's what I take on this. Once again, no accountability. He's blaming alcohol. He's blaming the devil.
The devil made me do it, Mama. Papa Dana, the devil made me do it.
Now he's gonna work harder than ever.
Hey, you know what? I made a mistake, okay? Just a little one, and it wasn't even my fault. I was drunk. Okay, and I got hit in the head one too many times. But you know what? I'm gonna make this the best day ever.
These drugs should have been in the past forever back in the day. Cause
I love what
obviously
Dana was like. He was like, "Yeah, I need to put this in the past." Yeah, 10 years ago, you should have put this in the past.
Okay. Okay. Before that, so it's no accountability. So it's not him. It's the other things. Let's get on Dana White for a second. Here's what I feel about Dana White. Dana White is 100% the fucking problem. Dana White said something in a fucking interview.
Hey, tell me how you really feel.
He said some interview. He said he's going to keep him away from Vegas. Vegas has not been good to him. It's not fucking Vegas, Dana. You know what Dana is doing? When you have a kid, you try to make excuses for him and you try to protect him. So now it's not John, it's Vegas that's the trouble. It's not John, it's Vegas trouble. But
he's done this out of Vegas, right? Like,
yes. And here's one thing I learned back in my comedy bag. You know one thing I learned about this whole ordeal?
What?
Never ever get between John Jones and a strip club.
Yep. That's facts.
He's like Michael Myers when it comes to strip clubs. you know, Michael Myers, the only thing he want to get to is his sister house. Back to the house he grew up in.
This is a pure speculation. Like, allegedly, I heard this happen. Actually, someone told me, but I think one or two things. I think his wife either said, one, John, please don't go to the strip club, and you don't go between John Jones and the strip club, or else violence will ensue. Or I think what she was in the hotel room watching some old UFC fights, and she saw the DC versus Stipe fight, the first one where he won, and she was like, "Wow, DC's a great fighter. Like, John, you should try to fight like him." And he just went fucking bananas.
Yes.
He was like, "Don't you fucking ever compare me to Daniel Cormier."
Now, this is what was said. Also, what his fiance said was he wanted to go to a strip club on out of skirts, and she wanted to stay back, and wanted to stay back, but he wanted to go to strip club, which means, like I said,
dude, their little girl, their daughter was there with him. Like, Jones, can you go to your strip clubs when you don't have your family?
Like I said, don't get in between John and a strip club.
John's like, you know what's so sad about all this? The fiance is gonna stay with him.
Of course.
She's like, hey, feminism or females, like this, like, get your queens, get your daughters. I'm gonna sing some John Mayer, like, daughters be good to your mothers, and because mothers will grow like you do, like.
But see, here's the problem with all of that is. Here's the problem. Women, a lot of women want to take the easy way out. And
McNeil, that hurts. That's
and listen, here's the thing. And it's a culture, it's what we taught. Find a good man to take care of you.
Yeah.
That's the easy way out.
Don't just find a good man. Like, it should be find a good man, period. You don't need a man to take care of you. Like,
yeah. So, and what happens is, if you're doing that and you find that, that's the easy way out than going to take care of yourself.
Yeah, well, but she messed up because she didn't find a good man. So,
well, she found a man to take care of her.
Yeah, she did the second part. That's the problem. You get the second part, you need the first part. Without the first part, the second part doesn't make any sense.
And the problem is John take care of her, and that's what she loved. If John did not take care of her, she wouldn't be with him.
So this is going to be a new rule. We're going to go to the next thing, UFC 268, a little bit more happier news. But, like, I'm done covering Jonathan. Like, Jonathan is dead to me, dude. I'm sorry. If he's ever in another fight, yeah, whatever. I'll go over and I'll look at the analytics and he probably is going to win this fight. But he's a horrible human being. Like, I'm looking and, like, I don't usually say that. I'm never usually this, like distraught about a fighter's behavior outside the octagon, but, like, he's disgusting. Like, he's like, if I saw him right now, I'd spit at him. Like, I wouldn't spit at anyone. I'd like, that's how I feel about you. Like, you're a disgusting human being. Like,
the problem I have with John Jones is, if John Jones was transparent, you can understand. He go and throw these religious scriptures. He do all this stuff and all that, but yet he do shit like this repeatedly. But yet he quit to throw a religious quote, and all these things are seen this way and all that. But yet he does these things. Come on, John.
Yeah, we all know, like, we all know the family or the person who goes to church on Sunday and then fucking rails hookers on Wednesday. So it's like one of those, like, you gotta live out.
Yes, or sandblast hookers on Saturday and go home, shower, whatever, and go to church Sunday.
Yeah, beat your wife on Friday, go see some hookers on Saturday, and go to church on Sunday. Like,
and what's even worse is you judge other people still. Yeah, they judge other people still.
Yeah. So, Jonathan, you're shit. Next, let's go to something a little bit more family friendly, I guess you could say. UFC 268. Let's talk about this. We've said this before, and we touched on it, but we're gonna go pretty in depth in UFC 268. We're gonna see the stories involved, the people involved. It's the greatest card to ever be formed. I'm gonna be really honest about that. Like, I think right now, in my eyes, the UFC, the one in New York with Conor McGregor, Eddie Alvarez, UFC, I forgot what the number was, but that was the greatest card. I think just top to bottom, that card's ridiculous. They come back to Madison Square Garden and they're like, nah, we're going to fucking destroy. Like, that card, we're going to be like, Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington, Rose Namajunas versus Wiley Zhang, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, Sean Strickland, Luke Rockhold, Frankie Edgar, Marlon Vera. Like, what? Like, every single one of these fights is a main event.
Yes. Hey, let me go over something for you real quick. Let's go over UFC 100. Since you brought the greatest, I'm gonna go with 2 cards.
Fair. Okay. I like it.
Okay, now let's look at this time frame. This is in 2009. Here's what was on this card. You had Dan Henderson versus Michael Bisping. You had GSP. This is a title fight versus Thiago Alves. You had Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir.
Yep.
You had John Fitch versus Paulo Thiago. And you had Sexy Yama versus Alan Belcher.
Great fights. Still not even. I would say it's at 2 or 3 levels below this fight, UFC 268. Like, yes, the Frank Mir Brock Lesnar, that was amazing. But if GSP, if they put someone like, let's say GSP versus Anderson Silva or something crazy like that, okay. Like, that'd be like, now we're starting to get into talks. Dude, look at this. Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington. The backstory to this is beautiful. And Kamaru Usman just took over the pound for pound #1 greatest fighter in the world, and he's going to stay there. He's not moving from there. Rose Namajunas versus Wiley Zhang. Rose, the first fight, knocks the fucking piss out of Zhang with that head kick. And now they're coming back. I have Zhang in that fight. I have Zhang winning. Like, so, and then you have Justin Gaethje, Michael motherfucking Chandler, 2 young up-and-comers at the prime. I'm talking like zenith of their careers, both of them, at the tippy top. They're literally at the top of their career in their prime fighting. The winner will get a championship shot. That's it. The winner will get a championship shot. And then Sean Strickland and Sean Strickland literally said to Luke Rockhold, looked in the camera, said, hey, motherfucker, I don't even fucking care. If I see you in the street, I'm going to fucking beat your ass. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'll take the fucking misdemeanor. Like, I'll go to jail for a couple days just to knock your fucking teeth out because you're a piece of shit. And he meant every word of that. Every word he meant, and that was so sincere and so truthful. And then you line it up. You know what? You line it up with Frankie Edgar versus Marlon Vera. Best card ever.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to get on this card, but I got one more card for you.
What?
UFC 200. 200, like Mac Hundo, this is 200. Dos Hundo. Hundo dos. So here we go here. This was in 2016. So let's look at time frame here. Cain Velasquez versus Travis Brown.
Yep.
Jose Aldo. This is a title fight. Jose Aldo versus Frankie Edgar. Title fight.
Hey, we have Frankie Edgar on this card, so.
Yes, we do. Light heavyweight Daniel Cormier versus Anderson Silva. I know you mentioned Anderson Silva.
So remember that fight was interesting in the fact that I think Anderson Silva took that short notice, right? It was DC versus someone else.
He took a short notice. Also, you had Brock Lesnar versus Mark Hunt. And the bantamweight championship, you had
Tate
versus Amanda Nunes.
So, again, doesn't beat this card. It's a freaking amazing card, but, like,
are you kidding me?
It doesn't beat it, dude. I'm telling you. Like, the reason why, okay, the backstories. Yes. There's good backstories with those fights, but not as good as these. Like, I'm telling you.
See all this. See one thing you're doing though. You're remembering because this is present. This is going on right now.
True.
And it's fresh. It's fresh in our mind, and all this stuff is juicy because of 2 things. It's fresh on our mind, and we don't know the outcome.
So I say here, and after about a week or 2 weeks after this card, then we'll come back and revisit.
Okay.
And we'll say, okay, because then it won't be fresh. And you're right. I'm still gonna think it's the greatest card. Like, I'm still like, now. Imagine all the nonsense that will happen in this card. Let's say Luke Rockhold comes and spits at fucking Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland takes out a knife and it starts stabbing Luke Rockhold. It's crazy nonsense. Like,
you know, I didn't know your last name was Miocic. You putting your foot down and taking your ball. I don't care. We watch it 10 years later. This is gonna still be the best fight.
I deserve it, not freaking Francis Ngannou.
I'm the greatest heavyweight of all time.
I just said it.
Okay, now we got on that. We're gonna talk about older cards in the next 2 podcasts now. So now let's get to this card. This card is phenomenal. This card is stacked.
Poncho, tell me this is phenomenal. Tell me this is great.
This card is phenomenal. So we got we got the clash of cultures, the clash of
China versus the USA.
The clash of bulls.
Oh, we have America. We have America versus the other.
Yes. We have two clashes
the black man, the Nigerian nightmare versus Captain America.
And one got to give. So I'm intrigued by that fight. You know who I feel is going to win that fight.
Trump's coming to that fight. What if, in this weird world, what if somehow Kobe can get Trump to walk down the cage with him? That'd be so epic.
Trump would do it.
I know. How epic would that be, though? And then Usman gets who would fucking Usman get? I
don't know. Listen, Trump would not miss an opportunity to be in the center of attention.
Yep, correct.
And talked about.
He's coming out with the "Make America Great" hat. He's coming out with that hat.
Of course. So, hey, I think you be maybe Nostradamus, because I think that's what's going to happen.
I hope so. Hey, I've been right before. I've been wrong before, but I've also been right before. So.
But listen.
Here we go. Here, if I'm Nostradamus, Colby Covington will walk out with Donald Trump, UFC 268.
Okay.
Calling it.
And listen, and if I'm Nostradamus, Colby Covington will win this fight in the 4th round.
Oh, okay. I like it. I wish I could shake your hand. I'd be like, yeah, I like it.
In the 4th
round. TKO, Colby Covington. You know what? I'm just putting money on that just because you said that.
Hold up. This card, we're watching this together. You coming down, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, my brother.
Okay.
This is too good of a card, dude.
Okay. Now let's go to the co-main.
It gets better.
Go for the co. Now, let's go for
Namajunas versus Wiley. Dude, again, the backstory. You got China, the country of China, America, we hate China. We have to hate China. It's just our enemy. It's one of those things that I don't really hate China. I really don't. I love Chinese people. I love Chinese food, fake and real. I love Chinese people. I love Chinese women. I love Chinese men. But they're our enemy. And I have to go with, I'm saying Zhang's going to win this fight. She's a tank. A motherfucking android. We're going to find out that Zhang was actually an android this whole time. She's going to get cut and some metal pieces are going to come out and we're like, what the fuck is that?
Yes. The last fight was too quick to see anything, to know anything. It was too quick to see anything. So I think this fight, long last, we will see who's going to be the better fighter. And you're right, Wiley Zhang is a monster. Her training is phenomenal. She has that physicality. She is a bad girl.
She's bad. She's bad. And then we have Michael Chandler, Justin Gaethje. Dude, that might come down as one of the greatest lightweight fights of all time. Seriously. Imagine just Michael Chandler, just meet in the middle and just go rock 'em, sock 'em robots the whole fight. Which could happen.
Yes. Now, only thing, listen, Gaethje's down for that. Michael Chandler's not. Gaethje will be down for that.
No, you know what? I think Chandler is down for it. I really do. I think Chandler is the same thing with Gaethje. He's like, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. He knows he has maybe a year, 2 years.
Now, old school Michael Chandler versus Eddie Alvarez, yes. This Michael Chandler picks his shots and he's strategic with it. He has a plan strategic with it. Gaethje is down for some rock'em sock'em robots.
I love it. I love it. Everything about this fight says fireworks. And then, dude, it gets better. Sean Strickland, Luke Rockhold. Dude, this fight was totally made outside of the cage. Nothing inside the cage really matters. Everything is outside the cage, and I love it. Because
originally, Strickland was offered to Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold was like, who? Who is this guy? Then Strickland won his last fight against Uriah Hall.
Dominated.
And then people started talking about him. Now, Luke Rockhold is willing to fight him now, and I'm a Luke Rockhold's guy.
Dana White said something very important. Dana White was like, you know what? Everyone knows Sean Strickland is one of the baddest men, and if you accept the fight with Sean Strickland, you aren't scared of anyone. You're not scared to fight anyone. So I think that says a lot about Luke Rockhold.
Okay. Dana is selling once again.
He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. He's a salesman.
That is the biggest horse shit I've ever heard in my life.
I'll be honest, I want the UFC to hire me just to promote fights, just to hype fights up.
You're great.
I will hype a fucking fight. Like, I will not say a negative thing about a fight or a fighter.
You're great. You're great. Not only are you great at hyping, you're the king of hyperbole.
Motherfucking fight man of all time!
Listen, Strickland, okay. This is why Dana is at the position he is now. This man has sold to people that Strickland is one of the baddest motherfuckers walking around.
He is.
He's crazy.
Not in the cage, but outside, dude, he's scary.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
He's literally crazy. Like, he's bad. Like, he's back in the days. If murder, in the back in the Roman days and whatnot, or like it wasn't legal by any chance, but people like murder was a lot more like prevalent, like storming villages and just killing people. He's the guy that would enjoy it. Like, he's the guy that would go in and murder people just for fun, like just so he could do it. Like,
he's definitely a crazy white boy. That's for sure.
He's a crazy white boy. And he doesn't have any black woman inside of him. So
no, no, he did not.
Hey, inside joke. That was an inside joke between me and McNeil. Yeah. So
inside joke. So I'm stoked for this card.
And then, hey, bottom it out. They could probably have made this fight like, okay, it should have been Frankie Edgar versus Sean O'Malley. That would have been like bananas.
Yes.
Bananas. Yes. But Sean O'Malley doesn't want to fight in New York because of the taxes. So, which is weird. But that's a weird reason. Like, I will not fight because of the taxes. God damn it. We live in America. Like, we're taxation without representation.
Yeah. Everything that we buy is taxed. And majority of it, we don't get it back.
No, it goes to schools and roads and police stations and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, dude, all I'm saying, great fight. Do you have anything else to say about it before we go on to the next thing?
No, I don't have anything to say about it at all.
So I was talking to McNeil. I have a hot take, McNeil. Okay, can you explain to the audience what a hot take is?
A hot take is a take that draws attention because it sounds so freaking ridiculous and it goes against conventional wisdom.
You're a dictionary. That's exactly what that is exactly a hot take. It's something that's, you think about it, it's just it's crazy. You're just a crazy hot take, and you just, probably when you say it out loud, people will fucking say that's crazy. Yes. That doesn't make any sense.
It will raise eyes.
Would you like to hear my hot take?
I would love to hear your hot take.
This is my hot take. And you've said it. You've actually said this a few times, and you're going to agree with everything I say right now. You might not even think it's a hot take. You're like, wow, that's a logical, makes a lot of take. But
here's what's funny, because I know you, and you said Andrew Schultz. I'm like, hold up, is this a hot take? Is it respect Hondo?
No, it's a reduced. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm not a plagiarizer. Andrew Schultz actually had this hot take. I'm not going to even take it. It's reduce, reuse, recycle. He said a part of this, and he was saying it, and I'm going to bring it to the step further.
Okay.
Conor McGregor made everyone he fought in the UFC famous. Period. And he made everyone in the UFC richer because he fought in the UFC. Period. That's it. That's he literally, if you fought Conor McGregor, it made you richer. Okay? And even if you didn't fight Conor McGregor, if you fought on one of his cards, it made you richer. It's funny because guys don't sit down and be like, wait a second. It's true though. Conor McGregor is the reason why the UFC is so big right now. No one else. You could argue Ronda Rousey. I would say no. Conor McGregor is the UFC, and he made the UFC really, really big.
Oh, it's a fact. I remember this was a few pods ago. And I was saying, because the question that we were bringing up about the famous part, and I straight up said, Khabib is who he is because when he fought Conor. When Khabib.
Name him. Khabib, Dustin Poirier, Donald Cerrone, Eddie Alvarez, Max Holloway, name him. Everyone. Yeah. If he would have fought Rafael Dos Anjos.
People was caring about Jose Aldo too.
Jose Aldo.
Okay. The thing about it, what I said was, before he fought Khabib was an unknown. He was getting wins. He was that guy with a mop on his head. No one cared. But when he fought Conor, he went to that new stratosphere now where he can retire. It became about people knew more about him because they knew more about his history, his religion, all these other things. He is eating right now. Khabib is eating
of Conor McGregor,
and he got all these federations, and he can retire now because of Conor. Because if it wasn't for Conor, he would still be winning little matches, but no one would want to matchmake him. No one want to fight him. No, correct. Because he'll be that high risk, low reward type of guy.
When it's all said and done, when the history books are written, they're gonna look back as Conor McGregor. Like, he didn't just change the game. He made another game. Like, it was like they didn't have to change rules with him. They had to change the whole game, because of Conor McGregor. And I don't think we're still in the, he's still around, he's still alive. But once he's older, like 50s, 60s, even 70s, we're gonna look back and we'll be like, dude, that fucking dude. It's you know what I compare it to? It's like fucking a basketball player, NFL player coming in and literally whatever the lowest paid guy is, they make double whatever that is, and then everyone else makes a lot of money because of it.
No, it's like this. Two things. It's like what Floyd Mayweather did and what Tiger Woods did to that sport.
Mm-hmm.
Before Tiger, everyone's making okay money, but Tiger came in, more eyes was watching him. He brought in Nike. He brought in Nike, all these great endorsements. He changed
Nikes, Gatorade.
He changed the average of pay for a golfer. He doubled and tripled it. Now these guys are wealthy now.
And you know why? Because he had a whole nother audience watch golf. Before it was just old white guys watching golf.
Yes.
Then younger people watched it, like, ooh, Tiger Woods? Like,
he brought in young, he brought in Asian, he brought in black, he brought in all these other people, because there's so many times people turn through the channel and like, oh, there's Tiger playing. Let me watch.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You could hate golf. It's fair weather fans. Same thing with Conor McGregor. So many fair weather fans watch Conor McGregor because it's the blood, the gore, the talking, and they just watch it for him. Then they never watch another UFC event until Conor comes on again.
And Mayweather did that too, because he created a persona that brought in blacks into boxing. When the heavyweight division sucked, he created a persona to make people watch those lighter weight classes and for people to hate him and to pay him and want to see him fight. This guy made $300-some million in a fight, brother. $300 million.
Yeah, can we talk about that for 2 seconds? $300 million.
Yes.
What? Like, is that real?
And he made that amount because of fighting Conor. You had two characters going at it and two polarizing people. And Conor went up there in his status. People knew Floyd, but Conor went up. And the thing about it is, it is crazy. But I always say this. Have you ever seen the movie The Great White Hype?
Is that racist movie?
Okay.
No, I'm thinking of Birth of a Nation. No.
Okay. It has Damon Wayans in it. Jamie Foxx.
So familiar.
Samuel L. Jackson. Damon Wayans. But anyways, it's pretty much everything when Conor fought Floyd. They made a movie about that like 15, 16 years prior about the same thing. You want me to give you a brief synopsis about it real quick?
Well, I mean, if you said the same thing, so it's two charismatic boxers that like talked a lot and like made this huge fight.
Okay. Here's what it's like. I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis about it. Heavyweight champion of the world, Damon Wayans, was destroying everybody to the point where it got boring. He was beating everybody. They no one would fight him. Okay. They had to go back to his first loss, which was in the amateurs, to this kid, this dude that beat him in amateurs. They went to find this guy. This guy was a stoned out rocker, brain dead. They found him, had him start back training in boxing, cut his hair, and they made him Scottish to get that demographic around him. And everyone cheering for a Scottish. They made him Scottish. And then, cut a long story short, they build up and fight each other.
Yep.
It's a comedy.
Subtract Scottish for Dagstanian or Dogstanian,
and see, and also too, know what I was saying? It's Conor Floyd Mayweather, but in a movie.
Gotcha.
Like they built it up. And like watch The Great White Hype. It's funny. It's hilarious.
The Great White Hype. I have so many, dude. There's so many TV shows I need to. We are in the heyday of TV shows. There's so many good ones, dude. Like, so many. Even my anime addiction, like there's too many. There's just too many shows to watch.
everyone's in their house and they trying to entertain us and they want us to, and they raising subscription prices, so they giving us good quality content. Yeah, it's pretty good. So what else? What else you got?
McHundo, that's it. That's MMA. That's the MMA hour or hour and a half. Like I mean, if you're watching this, please go to the bonus show. It's gonna be a hell of a bonus show. You know what? It's funny. I was talking to what's his name? What's his name? Barack Obama. I was talking to Barack Obama the other day, and he said, "Oh, dude, I wish I could do accents, but Otis, Otis." That's my Barack Obama. Listen to my Barack. Otis, you have the greatest bonus show of all time. Of all time. I don't know why Barack Obama turned Asian. Like he was like.
I don't know.
But he told us we have the greatest bonus show of all time. Like, I don't know what's with presidents and telling us we have great bonus show, but
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But yeah, it's anything crazy. Else for MMA fans, Chris?
No, I don't have anything else, brother. I'm good.
Well, we love you all. Peace, love, and join us at the bonus show, guys. Peace.
Oh.